Hi, I'm Altair from Love and Light. Welcome. Are you struggling with money? Perhaps you're in a job where you don't feel comfortable. Perhaps you're not feeling good about the way that money is flowing in your life, or maybe abundance or manifestation isn't working quite the way you'd like it to. If that's you, then you've come to the right place. I'm going to help you in this with 3 tips to discover just how you can manifest and be in the flow of abundance. I'm going to share a story with you first. Many years ago, I was in Australia, in Sydney, and I was running a healthcare centre with doctors and nurses, acupuncturists, people from all over the globe. It was primarily a healing centre, and it was run by a very good friend of mine who had a lot of good intentions. She used to do meditation every morning, and based on the meditation, she would set her day. And one morning she came in and she said that she had decided she wanted to run the place as a charity. Now, up till then, she'd run it primarily as a profit-making venture, and she gave all her profit to charity. But she decided on that morning to shift the whole strategy and make it something that was going to be a charitable venture. Now, you can imagine for people with families, I had doctors, I had astrologers, I had palm readers, I had psychics, and everybody had adjusted to this as a profit-making venture, and they were told on this morning at a meeting, which I ran, that they were going to be running this as a charitable venture. Now, as you can understand, when people get that kind of message and they're not really ready for it, an enormous number of things can happen. So there was a lot of struggle, there was a lot of tension, there was a lot of pain, and there was a great deal of suffering on the account of people who didn't feel aligned with that vision. I perfectly understood. I supported the friend who had the vision because it was her business, and I also supported these people. So it was a very difficult moment. In that day, I decided that I would just flow with the universe, and so after I delivered the meeting and everybody left, in fact all the appointments for that day were cancelled, and that was the end of it, and the centre never actually ran again from that point. It evolved into something different and moved to a different place. I stood at the bus stop and I wondered exactly what I was going to do. Was I going to support my friend and move with this charitable venture with nobody, no staff, and certainly no real foreseeable future in terms of all those people I'd grown to love and support over such a long time? I decided to flow with what was happening and just see what the universe would give me in terms of signs and synchronicities. At first, it was a struggle. I spent about an hour aligning with the universe as best I could, and there was all sorts of tensions and struggles with the kind of vision that she had given me for the future and what I had imagined my future to be from that moment, because I really hadn't foreseen or predicted this. This vision she had came out of the blue. So what I decided to do, I got on the bus amidst all those struggles and tensions, and I just sat in that flow of the universe. I had to be with those tensions, like I said, for about an hour or so, until I could see clearly something else. I wasn't sure what it was. I couldn't really see the vision clearly, but I knew I had to surrender. I knew I had to trust the process. As I got on the bus, I sat down, and in front of me were 2 people, a man and a woman. They were busy talking, and they were talking about a new venture, and I couldn't help but overhear because I was just a very short distance away from them on the bus. They said they had started a new business, a new academy, an academy of learning, and they were short of one person, a business director. So they wanted to have a lecturer who had experience in business, and guess what? I just happened to have that. So I was sitting right there, and when they got to the end of this quite lengthy discussion about all the strategies that they were going to try to put in place to find the right person, I said, look, I just happen to have exactly those qualifications that you're looking for. It was one of those moments where I think we both gazed at each other and thought, how did this come about? How did we both land up in exactly this space at exactly this point? Especially when I explained to them that very day, just a few hours earlier, I'd had to release all my staff based on the vision of an entrepreneur who changed a business right at that point on that day. They could see the humor in the universal moment, and they could also see that something was happening, perhaps beyond all of our control. They said to me, if you've got exactly those qualifications and you're willing to start, please come in on Monday for an interview. So I did, and that was what happened. I went on and I became the lecturer for that particular academy for a period of time. It's a really good example of how to trust in the flow and how to surrender and what happens when you do surrender. I don't think I could have ever created that moment. It was certainly one of the many things that have happened in my life where things have flowed, where I've truly surrendered, where I've truly trusted the great mother of the universe, Divine Mother, to give me the gifts of abundance that she always has in store for us. I've really learned to trust a great deal over the years. I've had a lot of struggles, like you all. I originally started off years ago as an accountant and an auditor, so I had a lot of financial experience, and I realized it wasn't for me after a few years of working in that job. So I had to flow on from one thing to another, one business to another, one job to another. It really has been an enormously varied and very rich life, and that's purely from surrendering to those moments when they came up. So what are my tips? Well, they're very simple. 3 tips, and they're 3 really grounded, really practical tips for you to do to help you manifest and to help you flow in abundance and money in your life. So whether it's a job you're looking for or a new business, whether something's not quite right in your money flow, this is what I suggest. First of all, you need to get in touch with your blocks, with your fears, with what's happening. What are you ashamed of? What is not allowing you to be in that flow of abundance? What is preventing you from manifesting? Sometimes it's simple things, maybe a childhood fear, maybe our parents told us something that we couldn't do or shouldn't do, and we've stopped doing that. We've put our dream off. So perhaps there's something blocking you that's really, really simple. Well, now's the time to get in touch with that. When you get in touch with that fear or that block, then one simple way of releasing it is to breathe in these lower chakras. The lower chakras, the first, second, and third chakras, or the energy centers in the body, are very powerful, and they hold a great store of energy, which you can get in touch with through gratitude. Simply breathe in gratitude for everything you have in your life. And as you breathe out that fear. Breathe out that block. Breathe out whatever resistance you have, whatever stress or tension or struggle or frustration you have. Breathe it out. Breathe it back to the universe. Allow Divine Mother to take that in her hands and bear the burden with you. Don't struggle any longer on your own. There is support all around you when you look. So that's the first key, the first tip, gratitude. Get down, breathe in the lower chakras. Breathe in gratitude, fill yourself with gratitude, feel it. And as you breathe out and let go those struggles and tensions to the Mother of the Universe herself. And she will look after you. She is always there for you. That bounty of richness and abundance is always there, right in your heart. So first, get in touch with what's blocking you and release it with gratitude. The second tip is to get into the flow state. How do we do that? The flow state is all about trust and surrender. When you start to breathe throughout your day in a very deep way of trust, something remarkable happens in your flow. You're no longer resisting things. You're actually allowing the universe to speak to you. You're allowing the universe to send you messages and signs and synchronicities about what matters, about what your soul purpose is, about where you're really headed. So throughout your day, try breathing in the heart, breathing out of the heart, breathing in trust for this precious self, this soul that you are, and breathe out again, gratitude, surrender to the flow, surrender to the force the vital force that's flowing through you. Allow it to manifest. That's the key. Trust it and allow this source within you to manifest. Very simply, breathe into a count of 4. Fill yourself with trust and gratitude and love for yourself. And breathe out and allow the signs and synchronicities to come to you. Because they're there all around you. It's just that our vision is often so narrow that we never pick them up. Breathe in. Fill yourself with trust and gratitude for who you are. And breathe out. Breathe out into open, spacious awareness. When you're in that spacious awareness, there is space. You can open to all those opportunities because there is space. So that's the second tip. First one, gratitude. Down in those lower chakras, the lower energy centers. Second one, trust. Trust in the heart. Surrender to the flow state. And the third is to bring that future into the present. When you're in a space of gratitude and trust, then you can get into the present moment and bring your future vision right here and now. So if your future vision is something like a new job, it's very simple. You've got to wake up in the morning and take some action. If you wake up in the morning and you sit on the edge of your bed and you do absolutely nothing, well, nothing is going to happen. But if you get up in the morning, for just a moment when you get up, be really still. Let your eyes be still, your heart be still, your consciousness be still. And then breathe in. Give thanks. Give thanks to God, to Source, for this life that you have. And think about 3 things that you could do in that day to bring about manifestation and abundance, to bring this abundance to you, to magnetize this to you. Do it first thing, before you do anything else. Think of 3 radiant things that you could do. This might be as simple as getting out of your house and meeting somebody new. It could be going for a walk in a forest that you haven't been for a walk in for a while. And suddenly something will happen. You'll get a sign, you'll get a trigger, you'll meet somebody, or you'll just be part of the great open space of nature and you'll realize the abundance that is all around you, within you and all around you. So bring the future into the present by taking action steps. Do 3 things every day to bring about that vision. When you bring about that vision, make sure you share it with people that are near and dear to you, who are going to give you the support that you really need. So your family, your immediate family, if you're going to change your job, make sure they know. Make sure they understand how important their support is to you. Make sure you sing out for support. Reach out for support. Use your heart to extend out for support to your community, to people that you trust, people that you love, and your immediate family, if they support you. So especially reach out to people who do support your vision. So those 3 tips. First of all, anchor yourself in those lower chakras and open yourself to any fears and release them through the power of gratitude. Second, center yourself in your heart. Practice trust and surrender throughout your day. Trust, surrender. Trust, surrender. Let that gratitude and trust and surrender flow and allow your burdens to be supported by Divine Mother. Third, make sure during your day you have support and you start off your day with 3 goals, 3 actions you can take when you get up. Let your eyes be still, take some action, form it in your mind for that day, and then go about and do it. So it could be as simple as writing to 3 people that you've never written to before and talk about what your vision is or what your job is or your business or your new idea. So these amazing things happen when you take action, when you step into the future, because you're bringing this present moment gratitude and trust and surrender and allowing the universe to support you. The most incredible things happen. So I truly honor your sacred journey. I honor the beauty that you are. I honor the power of your being. So bring this awareness here. Bring it for the world, because the world needs you. The world needs your awakened state. The world needs your love. The world needs your peace of mind and heart. If you're interested in learning more about this, please join me and Kevin Schoeninger on Raising Our Vibration. We'd love to have you join us, and it's a fantastic place to be. We have a Facebook community called Raising Our Vibration Community on Facebook, so please join us there. If you like Love and Light, please subscribe down below. Look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye. Love and blessings always.